Abraham, great job. Immediately upon taking the oath of office, I will launch the largest deportation program in American history. We will put, and I don't like saying that, you know, the record is Dwight Eisenhower, who was essentially a moderate, good president. General Eisenhower, good president, good general, probably a very good general, right? Better than he gets credit. He never got credit for a lot of things. He built the interstate system, actually. He should get a lot of credit. But he was a very good president. But he was a moderate guy. But he has the record for deportation because he could not stand people pouring into the country. And I think we'll break that record. Not that I want to break it, but we have no choice. We have to get all of these criminals, these murderers and drug dealers and everything. We're getting them out. And we'll put these vicious and bloodthirsty criminals in jail or kick them the hell out of our country, and we'll get them out. Ideally, we want to get them out because we don't want to have to pay for their room and board for the next 50 years, right? To expedite removals of the Trinidad Aragua group and the MS-13 other savage gangs, I'll invoke the Alien Enemies Act of 1798. Did you know that? I had to go back that far. We couldn't find anything because modern day politicians, even sort of old time, nobody had the courage of these original people. So we had to go back to 1798, and it gives you the power to target and dismantle every migrant criminal network operating on American soil, and you can get them out, and there's no problem. And at least you can't say that it hasn't been around for a while. That's something, right? And if they come back into our country, it's an automatic 10 years in jail with no possibility for parole. So, you know, because a lot of people, what happened, and it happened with Eisenhower, you'd take them out, they'd come back in, they kept coming in. So he kept bringing them further away. At some point, they didn't come back. But I'm going to do it differently. It's a 10-year system of you're in prison for 10 years with no parole. And I'm hereby calling for the death penalty for any migrant that kills an American citizen or a law enforcement officer. And you'll be amazed how it worked. You know, when I was in the White House, we had a lot of people that wanted to pull down statues and things, and I didn't like it too much, and we didn't have time to pass a law because they were really getting pretty violent around in Washington, D.C., and they wanted to pull down. You know, actually, when they started roping up Abraham Lincoln and a couple, I said, I'm not even sure they knew what they were doing. But we found a law that was in the early 1900s, very tough law, that if you so much as touch in violation of anybody's word, if you so much as touch a monument or a statue, you get 10 years in jail. And I had a news conference, and the town was flooded. We had a news conference. They had actually a rope around Andrew Jackson's head, the beautiful statue. And I said, we're going to go fast. And I went out, I did it. And it was a beautiful sight. The second I announced, 10 years in jail, no probation, nothing. And as soon as I said it, everybody just sort of walked. I could see them walking. I don't want to use the term I used last night. A certain part of their body, I watched the back. I saw thousands of them, and I said, what a beautiful sight. They just left. And that was the end. We had no more problem until about a month ago, 2 months ago, in D.C., where they became very violent. They were fighting with police. They were putting spray paint on our beautiful, on the lions, the beautiful lions. And, you know, they're sandstone, and that's a very porous stone. You'll see that spray paint for many years to come, like hundreds of years. You can't really get it out. It goes deep into the stone. And to the best of my knowledge, nothing happened to them, did they? They were beating up cops, or the cops were beating them up, but they were fighting. They were fighting our police, our great police. We're going to take care of our police, too, by the way. They're going to stop the lawlessness. And I'm going to end all migrant flights immediately. You know, they're still flying flights coming in with 450,000 people over a fairly short. 450,000, that's a lot of flights. And I'm going to outlaw immediately, and we're going to ask you guys to help on that, but we're going to outlaw immediately sanctuary cities. They're sanctuaries for criminals, and we're going to end catch and release once and for all. And Kamala Harris, she started this nightmare, open border, no common sense. We're the party of common sense. There's no common sense to an open border, and I will stop this nightmare immediately. November 5th, 2024 will be Liberation Day in